My digital product business has consistently generated 6 figures for the past 3 years. So I've learned quite a bit about what it takes to successfully sell a digital product, even when you're starting from scratch. So in this video, I'm gonna show you a proven 7-day strategy that I've used multiple times to sell a brand new digital product. Let's go. I created this 7-day digital product launch plan so that you have all the guidance you need to take action. You can download it entirely for free using the link in the description box below and start filling it out when you're ready. Just make sure to click on File, make a copy, and then save it in your Google Drive so you're able to edit it. You'll notice that the spreadsheet is broken up into 7 days so that you know exactly what to focus on each step of the way. There's also check boxes that you'll need to check off before you move on to the next day. This will ensure that you don't skip any crucial steps. Okay, let's get started with day 1, which is all about clarity. Most people jump right into brainstorming what types of digital products they just feel like creating in their business, when really they need to focus on what problem they want to solve for a specific person. So you need to clarify who your target customer is first. Now, the best way to figure out which direction to go in here is to first figure out what your passion and your interests are, then combine that with your skill set and expertise, plus what the market is currently demanding. That's where your sweet spot will lie. Okay, so the first step here is you want to describe your target customer in as much detail as possible. We tend to think about our target customer as a past version of ourselves. So I'm going to use myself as an example. So in this case, I want to target busy professionals seeking to build a side hustle for extra income. I have a lot of personal experience with this, so I feel like I can serve this audience very well. And a pro tip here, if you really can't think about what characteristics to write for your customer, ask ChatGPT. So I wrote down, give me specific characteristics I can write about my target customer, professionals seeking to build a side hustle for extra income. And it actually gave me a lot of valuable insight. It wrote down some demographics and some psychographics. I'm actually more interested in their psychographics because it's going to help me the most in crafting what digital product I want to create for them. So under motivation, they have a long-term goal of building financial independence or quitting their 9-to-5 job. They appreciate efficiency and value for time. They value creativity, seeking opportunities to work on passion projects. So I could literally copy and paste some of these into my spreadsheet. So I've copied and pasted some of the characteristics from ChatGPT into my spreadsheet because I really think it describes the target customer I want perfectly. So I've put juggling a busy schedule with work, family, and personal commitment, exploring passive income opportunities like selling digital products, affiliate marketing, or blogging. Once you have a rough idea on who you want to serve, you want to now brainstorm the problems they're currently facing and what you want to help solve. So in my case, I would write down overwhelmed by lack of time and unsure where to start. And again, ChatGPT can help you brainstorm some problems that this person is currently facing. So I think I saw in my psychographics that they appreciate and value time and they're struggling to balance their job with side hustle efforts. Now you can take your time to brainstorm a few different problems that you want to help with. I think I want to help them kind of manage their time. So I'm going to stop right there, but again, take your time. And you can check off the target customer profile and problem you want to solve once you're finished with that, and move on to the solution you want to offer. Now the goal here is to choose just one problem and offer one solution. Those products tend to sell best. So since I'm thinking of helping them manage their time and being more productive, I'm thinking of providing some sort of like time blocking planner or a template, or even like video tutorials on helping them manage their time. So I'm gonna put in something like simplify time management and streamline workflow. So I'm thinking of maybe a time blocking planner or template. So right now I'm just brainstorming the solutions. I'm not gonna get right into market research just yet. Help them visually allocate time for work. And if you need help brainstorming, I asked ChatGPT, what solution can I offer to a busy professional struggling to balance their job, personal life, and side hustle efforts. And it actually gave me a few great ideas. A time blocking planner, which I've already written down, productivity course or guide, that's a good one, side hustle workflow system, digital product starter kit. So there's a lot of great ideas that ChatGPT can help you brainstorm and write in your spreadsheet. Okay, so I'm good with that. Next, you're gonna wanna do some market research to figure out what competitive products are already out there and getting a lot of sales and reviews. This will prove that there's actually demand for the solution that you want to offer. Now, if you don't know where to start just yet, you can just go onto Google Shopping and type in the type of product you're thinking of. So I put in time blocking planner, and many different marketplaces will come up that you can click through and look through the reviews and see how many sales they're getting. So I'm seeing some listings on Etsy, on Amazon, on Creative Market. So I actually clicked on this time blocking template that I found on Etsy, and it's very similar to what I would potentially create. Now, the gold mine really is in the reviews. If you scroll down, I would actually take a look at what people are saying about this product and what they're loving about it. Now, here's a pro tip, and you're gonna thank me later. Read through some of these reviews and actually copy and paste them into your spreadsheet. So for example, the chaos that lives in my brain is so much more organized. So I would actually copy and paste this, go back into right over here under reviews, and paste that in. I also like to look through marketplaces that sell courses. So Udemy is an example here. I just typed in time blocking in the search bar, and I found time blocking, 3 steps to plan your day in a distracted world. Original price is $25. Productivity and time management for the overwhelmed, $85. There's one for $100. So these are great competitive products that I can put into my spreadsheet. So under competitive products, I would put in time blocking planners and templates, online courses, productivity guides. And then you can also put in price range. So for the courses, I saw something like $25 to $100. There are people that charge way more as well. And then for planners, I saw something like maybe $15 to $30. So I've gone ahead and added in a couple of more points. I'll actually include all of these examples that I'm putting in here. So when you go to download it, you can either remove it or just create a new tab if you want this to refer back to. So under reviews, we've already talked about the chaos one. I found one that said, been struggling to transition between tasks and finding motivation, made a huge difference in my productivity. So these are going to be really, really helpful. You can check those off and move on to day 2, which is validation. This is the most important day. There's a quote that I absolutely love, which describes this day perfectly. Whoever understands the customer best wins. And this is so true. You've done some market research to figure out which direction you want to go in. Now it's time to validate that the person you're thinking of is actively looking for the specific solution you're considering. In other words, you're going to talk to actual people. I recommend reaching out to at least 5 people that fit the target customer profile that you've created. If you know anyone personally, like your family members, friends, acquaintances, colleagues, or followers that fit the profile, you can reach out to them personally and ask them if they're willing to help you with your market research. Otherwise, the best way to do this is to join communities like niche Facebook groups, for example, and start connecting with people in there in an authentic way and providing them with value by answering people's questions. If you don't know what groups to join, you guessed it, ask ChatGPT. So I asked if I want to join Facebook groups to find busy full-time workers, professionals seeking to build a side hustle for extra income with minimal upfront investment, what kind of Facebook groups should I search for? And it gave me a lot of great suggestions. So it's saying side hustle and passive income groups, work-life balance and productivity groups. It even tells me what to actually search for in the Facebook search bar to find these groups. So for example, entrepreneurs on the side. So I did just that. I searched entrepreneurs on the side on Facebook and I clicked on groups, and a lot of great groups came up for me. Women entrepreneur and founders helping each other. I would definitely request to join that one. The heart-centered entrepreneur community, women business owners supporting women business owners. So already my target customer is shifting a little bit because I'm thinking I might target specifically busy moms that have returned to work and they want to build a side hustle to eventually quit their job. So what I've done in my spreadsheet is I've just listed the types of groups that I want to start joining. You can even write down the actual group names that you've eventually joined. So you can go ahead and check that off. This day may take a little bit longer depending on how long you get accepted into these groups. and how long it takes to actually conduct the interviews. But that's okay. Do not skip this step. Make sure to read the rules of every Facebook group you join because they're all different. But the goal here is to ask people in an organic way, not a spammy way, if they're willing to get on a call with you or just answer a few questions to help you with your market research. You can DM people personally after you've had some conversations in the Facebook groups. You can post some polls in the groups if they allow it. Just do what you gotta do to connect with as many people as possible. You can also post Instagram polls in your stories to see who's interested in helping you with this research if you have some followers that fit the profile. So I've written out the questions to ask them in order to understand the exact solution that will help them with their problem. So what is your biggest challenge when it comes to blank? So I would say when it comes to balancing your full-time job and your side hustle. So anything in brackets is what you have to customize. My favorite question is number 5. If you could have one resource or solution to help you with this challenge, what would it be? So you're basically getting them to tell you what they want from you as opposed to you guessing. So there's space here for you to write down their answers for all 5 questions. Of course, you can just add more rows if you have more that you need to type out. But once you are finished all 5 interviews and you've checked them off, you can move on to day 3. You've done the hardest part, believe it or not. Day 3 is all about creation. This is where you're going to create your product, and this is where the fun part begins. Based on your research and your interviews, you're going to choose one product to create. In my case, I've settled for the time blocking template. If you're still unsure, you can brainstorm a few different products, and you can even go back to your interviewees and ask them which product they think would be the most helpful to them. Once you've decided on the product, you want to then clarify the outcome. So what will your customers achieve after using your product? So in my case, I would write down they're going to take control of a busy schedule and balance their time. So I added in balance a job, family, and side hustle without stress and overwhelm. And this template will help them stay productive, make progress on their goals, and find time for what matters. Then you want to identify your unique selling proposition, which is your USP. Basically, you want to know how your product is going to be different from others on the market. Why would someone choose your product over someone else's? And you can ask ChatGPT to help you brainstorm. But in my case, I'm going to write down focus on a more specific group. So as opposed to me creating a time blocking template for just anyone that wants to balance everything in their hectic life, I'm going to hone in on busy moms that are working full time and they want to build a side hustle. So this template is going to look a little bit different. So I put in, I'm going to include a video tutorial on how to use the template and provide tips on how to block time. So there's kind of like an element of like a free like mini course with it. I'm not going to overcomplicate it, but I just want to walk them through how to actually use their template, and I'm going to give them tips so they're not overwhelmed. I'll also include a pre-filled template for busy working moms so that they can work through that as opposed to just blank template, and it will suit their schedule even more. And then I'm going to add prompts for setting daily and weekly priorities to ensure time blocks align with them. So I'll have like an element of a planner in there as well. I'm happy with that. Once you're ready, you can then choose the software you're going to use to create your product. Now, of course, this depends on what you're creating, whether it's an ebook, worksheet, template, mini course. So it's gonna vary here, but some software to keep in mind are Canva, Kittl, Adobe, Notion, Google Sheets, and Google Docs, or whatever you feel most comfortable with. In my case, I'm actually going to write down Google Sheets, and then I'm going to use Loom, which is for screen recording, for the video tutorial that I also want to include. Now, this will take you a few hours to create your product. Just make sure that it's easy to use and it solves a problem effectively. Keep it simple, but high value. So for example, if you're offering a workbook, make sure you're also including some worksheets in there, specific prompts and examples to guide your customer along the journey. Now, testimonials is a bonus pro tip. What I recommend is once you're finished your product, send it to some family members and friends. Just offer it for free in exchange for their honest feedback. This way they can tell you if you need to tweak anything in the product before you go to promote it. And if they truly love the product and they want to use it, then ask them to provide you with an honest testimonial. You can then paste them into here so that you can actually use their testimonials later in your marketing. All right, once you're finished creating your product, it's time to set up your your sales page. So where are you going to send your customers to actually buy your product? First, you're going to choose your platform. There's many different platforms you can go with, but a few examples are Payhip, Gumroad, Teachable, StanStore, Etsy, or your own website. I personally use Flowdesk for my email service provider, and they have a checkout feature where I can upload my digital products. So that's what I'm currently using right now. If you have an email service provider, check if they have a similar feature as well. And then you'll also need to integrate your payment options. So how are people actually going to pay for your product? So for my example, I have integrated Stripe with Flowdesk. So I'm gonna write down Flowdesk and Stripe for mine. You can also use PayPal. You might have to do some research here to just see what works best for you. Now I've written down all of the important elements you're going to need to include in your sales page. So the product name and description, the benefits of using your product, the features, and the price. So for example, the product name is going to be time blocking template for busy moms. And then I wrote out a description here. And honestly, ChatGPT is really, really good for helping you put these together, especially when you already have an idea of who your target customer is and what the product is. So I literally told ChatGPT what the title is for my product. And then I just said, can you write out a product description for it? So I went through and kind of just chose a couple of sentences that I like and just customized it a little bit. Same thing goes for the benefits and features. So just to explain what the difference is, benefits typically talks to the outcome of using your product, and the features is what's included in your product. So for example, templates, worksheets, video tutorials, that sort of thing. So for the price, I'm thinking of charging about $18 for my template, but maybe for the first 24 hours, I'm gonna run a 50% sale just to encourage more people to buy. And I'll actually include the landing page of my digital workbook down below so that you can use it as a reference while you're putting your sales page together. You'll notice that I include testimonials. So if you do get some of your friends and family members to give you some testimonials, then you can totally include that as well on your sales page. Once that's all done, you can move on to day 5, which is all about brand awareness. So the first step is to create social media handles where you're going to publish valuable content, if you don't already have them. If you already have, let's say, an Instagram account that's a personal account and you have some followers that may be interested in your product, then you can just use that. So you can write down where you want to be active online. So I'm actually going to include Instagram and YouTube. So ideally, you have a social media platform and some type of search engine to consistently attract your ideal audience. So it could be YouTube, a blog, Pinterest, or even if you have a podcast. Now, you're not promoting your product yet, you are just building brand awareness. So I would write down that I want to post Instagram Reels and carousels because I find that Instagram Reels really helps to expand your reach. And same thing goes with YouTube Shorts. So if you're already creating Instagram Reels, you might as well just repurpose them and post them on YouTube as well. The key here is to always provide value before selling. So I recommend publishing at least 3 to 4 Instagram Reels, providing tips and insight around your niche. So I've just added in a couple of examples here for you to consider. This would be an example for my content. So I would want to focus on storytelling, tips to stay productive and manage your time, how I built a successful side hustle while balancing an engineering job and family life. So this is really a great place for you to brainstorm the type of content you want to share. And remember how I mentioned on day 1 that you're going to want to take note of the words people are using in the reviews, and then day 2, the words that your interviewees are using as well. This is where you can start using it in your messaging. So for example, this chaos review that I referred to, I could create an Instagram Reel saying something like, you know that chaos that lives in your brain? Here are 3 tips on how to organize it. Not my best, but hopefully you understand my point. I'm basically taking their words and using it as content because it's going to attract more people just like that. You can also get inspiration from other content creators within your niche if you need to come up with more content ideas. And this is the time to tell everyone you know that you have either created this new account or that you're starting to publish this type of content on your current account, and ask them to share it with other people that they feel would benefit the most from it. So I've put in some prompts here for you as a reminder to spread the word. Moving on to day 6, we are still focusing on providing value, and it's all about community building. Now that you're consistently posting content online, make sure you're responding to every single comment, every single DM that you're receiving, and even check to see who's liking your posts. If they seem like they fit your target customer profile, send them a private message and thank them for engaging with your content. You can even post Instagram polls and stickers to encourage your followers to engage with your content. Now, if you don't have many followers right now, or you're not getting much engagement, that's okay, because you can connect with non-followers. So find creators within your niche and check out the posts that are performing really well on their profile. Take a look at who's commenting on those posts and click on their profiles. You can then engage with these people's posts because they most likely fit your target customer profile. This will put you on their radar, and they're more likely to check out your profile. Continue to connect with members inside the Facebook groups that you joined on day 2. The more relationships you can build before promoting your product, the more sales you will generate. I guarantee that. Day 7 is all about getting your product out into the world because it's launch day. You've worked so hard to build brand awareness by sharing valuable content that people are now eager to learn more from you. So during your launch, you're going to want to focus heavily on the benefits and the outcome that your customers are going to experience from using your digital product. So I'm going to write that down under promoting on social media. Focus heavily on benefits and outcome. I've also included some prompts here for you to consider as you're promoting on social media. So I recommend prioritizing storytelling because it is very effective. Share why you created this product and why you want to serve this target customer. Share testimonials that you gathered from day 3 from your friends and family members, because the more social proof and positive testimonials you can share, the more people are encouraged to purchase your product. Use urgency and scarcity where you can, so offer limited time discounts and have a clear call to action. Make it very easy for people to click on your sales page and purchase your product. Make sure to include the sales page link in your bio. You can even send the link to people personally that you've either interviewed on day 2 or people that you've built relationships with over the week, letting them know that this product is ready. Not in a spammy way, but coming from a place of service. Reply to any comments you're getting on your promotional posts and clarify any questions that people have about your product. And make sure you're thanking every single one of your buyers for their purchase, and you can even connect with them a few days later to ask them for their honest feedback and if they can share some testimonials. I know it almost feels unrealistic to sell your first digital product within 7 days, but you will be amazed at how much you can accomplish when you put all of your energy and effort into one specific goal within a short period of time. After the week is up, simply rinse and repeat. Continue to build real relationships with your target customers, provide valuable content on social media, and reach out to your buyers asking for any feedback and testimonials that they can share. Don't forget to download your free 7-day digital product launch plan using the link in the description box below. Make sure to give this video a like if it was helpful, and you can check out this video next where I break down the 4 most profitable digital products to create. So I'll see you there.